Hello tennis guys, and welcome to my channel. So I've got a couple of interesting news for the future of my channel. So in this video we will be talking about what you can actually expect in the upcoming days and weeks. So in the last, let's say, 2 weeks of March and during the month of April, where we can see it already on the weather. It's very warm outside. We started working on the courts outside, on the clay courts, and the season will begin, I believe, mid-April, maybe even sooner. So because we will start playing the matches for the summer season in the third week of April already. So it is really closing down. But now to the news. So in one of my previous videos, I announced the great news that I'm starting cooperation with a new store. And since then, I was a little bit worried, guys, I need to be honest, because I didn't receive any positive info from the owner of the shop, but he was telling me he has some delays in sending the rackets I wanted to test. But today he called me and finally I can confirm that in the upcoming days I will be receiving these 3 rackets. So Wilson Ultra 100 V4. Obviously, it's better later than never to review this racket. You already know that the Ultra V4 really nailed it in terms of all the parameters and features you want from a power racket. So everyone is happy with the Wilson Ultra V4. And I'm curious about that because the V3, I think, was a little bit off, let's say. It wasn't the Ultra we knew, so the V3 wasn't that good actually. So expect the Ultra 100 V4 to be reviewed. Then one of the biggest new rackets or the sensations nowadays, everyone is talking about it, the Wilson Shift. And I will be receiving the 300 version. That's the version I asked for because I think this racket will be great racket right from the start in the stock form. And already I've seen that it's also a great racket as a platform racket for further customization. So expect it also to be reviewed. And the third racket that is coming for me to test it is finally a Dunlop racket. So a Dunlop FX 500, a regular 500, not the Tour. I think the FX 500, it is essentially Dunlop's approach to the pure drive from Babolat. So these are the 3 rackets I will receive now in couple of days. So you can expect all the videos I do, so quality control test and also some initial impressions, footage from my trainings and sparring matches and so on, and a final review. Now, what I will be receiving additional to these 3 rackets is some new MSV hex string. I don't know, it's some kind of new type or something like that. So I will probably put it in some of these rackets and test it out, and then I will be receiving a few of the overgrips from MSV and some of the overgrips from Wilson, like the perforated Pro Performance overgrips. So why not to test them? So when I'm playing with the racket, why not to test some overgrips already when you play with a racket? Why not? Just for fun. But don't expect some let's say in-depth review for overgrips. It will be probably in the same video as I'm testing when I'm testing the racket. So I will put some info about the overgrips and maybe the strings, or I will maybe do one separate video on the strings and overgrips who knows, that it's all about the time I have. Next, what can you, and I hope it will go well, what can you probably expect, or at least I got information that it is on the way, are the Pure Aero 98 and the Pure Drive 98. But for this guy, and I believe for everyone in the Czech Republic, it's kind of difficult to really get hands on these rackets, because we all know that how it is with Babolat nowadays, with their policy, with their politics. So they have quite strict politics where you can sell these rackets online. You know, only Tennis Warehouse and Tennis Point, they kind of divided which type of racket they sell. So I believe the Pure Aero 98 is sold online only on Tennis Warehouse, and Pure Drive 98 online only on Tennis Point. But retail you can sell them if you agree on the rule that it is only on retail. You can't put the racket on the online store, just retail. Yeah, that's the way how it is. So we can also, at least I can expect these rackets, we can expect, but it can also change, who knows. And last but not least, for the people who like also to read actually the reviews, I have a good news. So I will be releasing Rackets of the Year 2022 Head Extreme MP and Tour text review on my website. Okay, and the text review is always interesting, because it is maybe in some sense it is really well thought, because when I'm writing, I'm thinking, let's say, I'm thinking more in the deeper sense, let's say, because I can really, you can always change what you write. So you write something one day, the next day I read the text, and I'm like, oh, I need to correct this because this is a little bit different. And you know, so the text reviews are interesting, actually, are very interesting. So the Extremes review will be there on my website, so check the links. I will probably post it also on my channel. And next review will be for the Radicals, next text review. So it's already done in Czech. I need to only translate it as accurately as possible. But you know, with today's translators, it's pretty easy. It's kind of a copy paste and then just read the text, correct few of the mistakes, like when I write in Czech tennis racket, I mean tenisová raketa in Czech, tenisová raketa, in English tennis racket. And when I write tenisová raketa, then the translator translates the racket actually to a rocket. So for example, and I need to correct every time I mention tennis racket in Czech, I need to correct it from English rocket to a racket. So I need to go through the text. So it is not that easy, just a copy paste, but you need to always go through the text and correct the small mistakes. But in 90%, 95%, the text is already translated very good with today's AI's translators. Crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. So guys, that's it. That's everything I wanted to tell you in this update about the future of my channel, about what you can expect in March and April. And as always, if you want to support my channel, I highly appreciate it, because that's what makes me even more motivated to do all these videos. And you know, it's time consuming, it's time consuming, it's time consuming. So yeah, it's the most time I actually spend when I'm not giving tennis lessons. I'm doing this, and that's it. I don't really have any time for anything else. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, support my channel. The donations through the PayPal and the links are below in the description. I don't want to like overwhelm you once again with all those info, buy me a coffee and so on. You already know that. If you want to support my channel, all the links are below. There are like 3 ways how to do it, and it's up to you. And as always, enjoy tennis, play tennis every time, every day. Watch tennis, because there is lots of tennis on TV right now, and it's great. And as always, don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye, guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. That ball was on the line.